My colleague Gaurav Sawant reporting from Bihar, Patliputra, joining us live at this point of time. Gaurav, can you quickly get us an update? What has been the voting percentage? And of course, a highly contentious seat of Patliputra. Lalu had lost it in 2009 and now he wants revenge.
Oh, Lalu Prasad Yadav desperately trying to wrest the Patliputra seat back for his daughter Meesa Bharti, and this is, as people here on ground are saying, Pratishtha ki ladai. It's a war for prestige, not just for Lalu Prasad, whose political existence depends on how well he does in the 2014 general elections, having been reduced to just 3 seats in 2009. It's also extremely important for him that his heir apparent, his successor, Meesa Bharti, wins in these elections. It's a keenly contested election, especially with Ram Kirpal Yadav, Lalu's former right-hand man, now a BJP leader, saying he not only has the Muslim and Yadav vote in this area, but also the Rajputs and the Bhumihars. And this is one area where, despite education, the people here, highly educated, highly aware of their surroundings and the situation, not just in their immediate environment, but also at the national level. But a large number of educated youngsters I spoke to still vote on caste lines or vote, as they claim, for a strong India. You heard Ram Kirpal Yadav, you heard Meesa Bharti. We also spoke to Lalu Yadav's family, his son Tejasvi, his other daughters, and they are confident that the women power would come forward, the youth power will come forward and vote for Meesa Bharti.
Gaurav, they're reporting from Patliputra. Another big seat which everybody has their eyes on is of Patna Sahib. Shatrughan Sinha, who's of course facing dissent from his own party, is contesting from that seat. We'll keep going across to Gaurav Sawant, but to give our viewers perspective on how things played out in 2009 Lok Sabha elections for Bihar. A quick look at this video wall and it'll all be simpler. JDU 20 of the 40 seats, BJP 12, RJD 4, Congress 2 and the others 2. Of course, the political dynamics in Bihar have taken a complete turn since 2009, and I'd like to bring in our National Affairs Editor Javed Ansari, who's in the studio with us. We also have Deepak Amin, spokesperson Congress, and Asifa Khan, member of the BJP. She's also joining us right here. I'd like to cut across to Javed Ansari first. Javed, you know, these figures that we see in 2009 and how they played out, this time will be completely different because the political dynamics in the state are completely different.
Yeah, the political dynamics have changed because Nitish,
Yes.
JDU and the BJP are no longer contesting as allies. The Congress and the RJD are. And reports coming in, I mean, this is a very important battle. This is a battle for Lalu's future, for his political existence. This is also a battle for Nitish Kumar. Nitish has thrown this gauntlet. He challenged Narendra Modi. Nitish has to ensure and prove that even without the BJP, he's a power there. The Congress is riding piggyback
Yes.
on Mr. Lalu Yadav's RJD, and reports from the ground suggest that the RJD appears to have won back a lot of its support base. Whether that indeed is true or not will only be known once the results come out on 16. But yes, the battle in Bihar appears to be BJP on one side versus the RJD Congress combine on the other.
And what's important is how big that factor of the Ram Vilas Paswan and the BJP combined will work. And I'd like to ask Asifa Khan, member BJP, who's joining us. Asifa, all hopes on that merger with the LJP, the merger with Ram Vilas Paswan?
Yes, the BJP has done very good homework and political calculations for Bihar. And so we are very, very hopeful for Bihar because even JDU, after getting out of NDA, is not on a good ground. Then we have Ram Kirpal Yadav, who is again a very strong candidate for Bihar. And so I think we are very hopeful. Then there is the overall Modi wave, which is there for
Asifa, National Affairs Editor Javed Ansari would like to quickly come in. Would quickly like to come in and ask you a question.
They are below the age of 35. And I think...
Go ahead, Javed.
I have an observation to make. If indeed it is true that Lalu is regaining strength, then this would mean that the Modi factor is not working to that extent as it's working in, say, Uttar Pradesh, where it would also mean that identity has triumphed over this wave which everybody is talking about. Because while I do believe that the BJP will still win the majority of the seats, it will not run away with the election as it is expected to do in, say, Uttar Pradesh. Lalu Yadav's regaining strength would mean that he's managed to win back some of the Muslim and the Yadav. He's managed to consolidate the MY combination
And that
behind
would be
himself.
good news for the Congress, wouldn't it be, Deepak?
It's good news for us, regardless of what Javed-ji's analysis is, because we are very confident that every time you ask the BJP folks, why do you think you'll win this state? There's only one answer. Oh, there's a Narendra Modi wave. There's this big balloon. And just like in 2004, when that balloon burst, it's going to burst again this time, and it's going to be happening across. Yes, there are a few states that they will gain, and there are a few states we will gain, but there's no wave at all. And we must not get carried away. I want to warn even my friends in the media, we mustn't get carried away by all these full-page ads in all the newspapers.
Asifa, one quick question we'll take from you before we go ahead into a break. As Javed pointed out, it would be the play of identity politics and not this projected wave of Narendra Modi.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because today the country is having a prime minister who has all the responsibilities but no power of execution or decision making. The country actually wants a prime minister with not dual powers, but a prime minister who will have the authority, who will come with the power and who will come and decide for the country. So I think that is a major change. What did we see in 2004? We saw the Congress promising to bring down inflation and Mehengai in 100 days. They couldn't do it, and the reverse and worst thing happened. What Sonia Gandhi do in 2004? She took a very moral high ground and she took to renunciation.
Yes.
But what sort of a renunciation was that? She kept all the powers and gave all the responsibility to Manmohan Singh ji. I think that is not going to work, and the
Stay
people
with
are
us.
fed up with the
Stay
way
with us because we want to give the final word to our reporters on the ground, because these are the people who are picking up opinion. Gaurav Sawant, my colleague, joining us on the contentious seat of Patna Sahib as well, where Shatrughan Sinha, we hear, has just cast his ballot. It's over to you, Gaurav.
Thank you. As you rightly pointed out, Patna Sahib also very keenly contested. Shatrughan Sinha was in the line of fire for one major reason. He's been MP here for 5 years, but he hasn't spent much time in this constituency. So will people vote for him? Rohit Singh has been speaking to a large number of people in the Patna Sahib constituency. He also interviewed Shatrughan Sinha a short while ago. Rohit, the issue remains, will people vote for Shatrughan Sinha or are people voting for change?
Gaurav, as far as Shatrughan Sinha is concerned, obviously the reason is Shatrughan Sinha does come to Patna, but the fact also remains that he does not do much work. That is the complaint of the common man, especially in Patna Sahib. And that is why this time what we are seeing is that the mentality of the common man, the voter, is this, that we will not be voting for Shatrughan Sinha, but we will be voting for Narendra Modi. And Shatrughan Sinha happens to be a representative of BJP, a representative of Narendra Modi in Patna Sahib, and that is why by default we can say that he is getting all the votes. So the people in Patna Sahib especially want Narendra Modi to vote for, and that is why they have chosen Shatrughan Sinha in this area. But as far as people are concerned, yes, they are angry with Shatrughan Sinha. He does not come here many times. He does not do many work, and that is the common man's problem.
Our continuous coverage on the mother of all elections, which is playing out now in its 5th phase. We're going to cut across to the state of West Bengal. We're going to go across to Manogia in a short while from now. But let's quickly listen in to political reactions coming in, where, of course, it's Star Wars, where Darjeeling is concerned. Baichung Bhutia making his political debut on a TMC ticket from Darjeeling. Let's listen in to these reactions, and then we're back with Manogia, who's on the ground picking up public opinion.
Every vote counts, and who knows this more than Lalu Prasad and his family. With me is his young son and star campaigner for the RJD, Tejasvi Yadav. Tejasvi, how difficult has the campaigning been? You've cast your vote. What
very important issues in Parliament, and even when
when 12 states go to election, stuff like this happens. What you just heard was that Tejasvi, Lalu's son, talking to my colleague Gaurav Sawant in Bihar. We're going to get you all the reactions from West Bengal, but let's go to the people who matter most, and that is the voter today. 16.5 crore voters would have cast their ballot by the end of this day, and we're going to cut across to Darjeeling. We are joined by my colleague Manogia Lohewal. Manogia, what are the reactions that you're picking up from the voters?
कॉल फेल होके बोला आवाज डायल करते हैं।
Manogya, you're on air. What are the reactions that you're picking up from voters? All right, we're going to try and sort that link out. But to give our viewers perspective, Baichung Bhutia, the footballer, is making his political debut on a TMC ticket from the hill station of Darjeeling. We're going to try and get you reactions that we've been getting in at this point of time. The TMC pitch, BJP's dismissal, the track record, Lok Sabha seat made up of hill of Darjeeling and plains of Siliguri. That's the big fight that we are showing you right now, where the hill station of Darjeeling is concerned. The GJM critical factor with its hold over 6 lakh voters, and after especially the cutting out of the state of Telangana, the GJM is now once again the rhetoric of a separate state echoing in the hills of Darjeeling. All right, let's cut across from West Bengal. We're going to get you the latest from West Bengal, but Chhattisgarh also. 3 constituencies from Chhattisgarh also going to elections at this point of time. Let's quickly cut across to the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh on what he had to say on this mother of all elections. Listen in.
क्या माने अगर अभिषेक जीतते हैं तो उनके लिए क्या कुछ रहेगा इस बार?
सांसद रहेगा, 5 साल मेहनत करेगा, अभी काम करेगा, सीखेगा, बहुत कुछ सीखना है।
Lok Sabha seats in Jharkhand going to elections as well. We're going to get you political reactions on that. In the second phase of polling, many of the seats went to polls, but even in the 5th phase, certain seats from Jharkhand also going to polls. These are visuals that we are showing you of brisk polling being conducted in the state of Jharkhand. Of course, it is an Naxal-infested area. 26% polling till now in the state of Jharkhand.
You're taking the electoral plunge. It's going to be a tough battle this time around. What are your feelings right now as you take that plunge?
No, we are very confident of victory. All across the nation, the people have decided that they want Narendra Modi ji as the Prime Minister. They want a BJP government. We are seeing all of that in Hazaribagh as well. At the same time, people are very enthusiastic about my candidacy as well. I have promised them very specifically what I will do for them in terms of development for Hazaribagh, and people are very excited about all the different specific measures that I have laid out.
It's an interesting episode, isn't it? All of you together coming out, and this time it is your son who is the candidate and not you.
It's interesting. There is always a generational shift everywhere. So you are a young man yourself, and that also represents a generational shift. So in the country, everywhere, it is a natural process which has taken place, and I'm happy it is taking place smoothly.
It's a feeling of excitement and also confidence that he's going to win, and he's going to do a lot for the people of Hazaribagh.
All right, let's cut across to the state of Madhya Pradesh. There, Madhya Pradesh also voting in the 5th phase of election. 19 constituencies in Madhya Pradesh will go to vote. These visuals of Sushma Swaraj and Jyotiraditya Scindia casting their ballot. One of the most contentious of constituencies, the seat of Guna, where Jyotiraditya Scindia is standing 4th consecutive time that he will be defending his seat. The BJP right now very sure that they're going to wrest the seat away from Jyotiraditya Scindia. However, my colleague Mosmi spoke to Jyotiraditya Scindia, who seemed very confident of retaining his seat.
Jyotiraditya Scindia taking rounds in his entire constituency, hoping that the voters will come out and vote Mr. Scindia. You've got a lengthy routine today. Yeah, you got a lengthy routine today. Do you expect that the voters would come out and vote?
Yes, I think so. I think you are going to see a lot of that happening, and I think hopefully the voter turnout will be good, which is why I'm here and I'm on the road.
It is a tough challenge for you today with your candidate. He fought against your father.
Any election is always a challenge. You must never take any election lightly. But I'm very hopeful that the people of my area will vote me back with a very, very thumping majority.
Your body language is quite positive. So you're not nervous, not examination day?
No, because you see, examination day, one is very nervous. If one does an all-nighter and studies the night before.
Yeah,
But if you are a student that is diligent, that does his homework every day throughout the year, then you don't have to prepare that much for the exam. And I prefer to be the latter, the former more than the latter, which is make sure that I prepare all around the 5 years before I go in for my exam. So for me, I'm not that tense or stressed at all.
But is it a national fight, not a local issue? Modi wave around the corner, people are asking votes on the name of Modi.
I don't think you can either see a Modi or a wave here. Here it's very much about development, progress, and your connect with the people. And that's been my cause since the day I entered politics. Thank you.